Today, I'm going to go over how you could become a micro influencer and cash in your digital business. And when people think about building up a social media profile and trying to find a way to make money, often people will think about just the typical influencer that's showing a lot of their lifestyle, trying to create a huge following, like hundreds of thousands or millions of people. But the truth of this is that if you are really focused on building a business instead of just a hobby, you can make a lot of money, a significant amount of money as a micro influencer. And if you're wondering what a micro influencer is, it's somebody that has between like let's say 10,000 to 100,000 followers. And just with that size of a following, even with 10,000, you can create a very great stream of passive income. And if you want to stick around till the end, if this is interesting to you, make sure you do because I'll give you a free gift and this will help you learn about a passive income framework that I've been using and I'll give you access to that for free. Who am I? I'm Charles Draven from Silicon Valley and I've been building online businesses for over a decade. And why did I get started? Well, I had a traditional business. I was trying to build it online. And then I realized that with all the things going on in my life at the time, it just wasn't sustainable. Had a kid and I wanted to have more flexibility in my life. So I tried various business models. Most were too complex or just not profitable. And then finally, I found a simple model that worked. And I pretty much teach what I have learned over the years at InfoSpike TV. And this business model I've been using, I've adapted it over time. You might have heard about algorithms changing, whether it's on Google or on social media. And because of these changes, I've had to pretty much change this model, not drastically, but just adapt it depending on what's going on in the market. And so that's what I teach people about on this channel, how to make bank too, using a very simple business model. The first thing, if you're trying to find a way to make money, is that of course you have to focus on a niche and it has to be profitable. Some people will think that they just have to focus on their passions. Sometimes passions won't work, especially if they are uh, passions that aren't profitable. So then if you don't have one that's profitable, I would say expand that to your interests. What are you interested in? Look at the various types of industries, these profitable niches that you can go into. And of course, if you build your expertise over time, that will help maximize your earning potential. And as you build your business, the whole idea here is to create an audience, to build an audience that is going to know, like, and trust you. And one of the ways to do that is by creating high quality content that resonates with your target audience. And that will help you build a loyal following and boost engagement. One of the things that I've seen just a lot of non-business people do is that they'll just go with the flow. They'll go with their mood, their feelings, and they won't build a business that is focused on their target audience. The problem with that is that you'll be creating a whole bunch of content that may not be appealing to your audience. Like let's say that you are building a business to connect with people that are into affiliate marketing. Let's just keep it simple with that. And then these people that you are trying to connect with are not into pets or pet affiliate marketing, but then you keep on talking about pets. So, of course, that's not going to resonate with that audience. So, you have to figure out a way to provide that content, that value that resonates across your content, and that will help you build your audience over time. Monetization strategies, I would say like one of the easiest things to get into is affiliate marketing. Some people will go into sponsored posts, and then others will go into selling their own digital products. And whatever monetization strategy that you go into, I personally like to diversify my income streams. So the whole idea for me is to generate multiple streams of income. And with content creation tips, there's a terminology I learned from this guy named Ben Settle, and it's called infotainment. The whole idea is can you provide content that provides info that is valuable but entertain at the same time. Some people can do that easily, some people can. And so if you can provide one or the other or a combination of both, whatever you can do to be um, able to create a consistent flow of content. I think that's what's extremely important. For me, I think that creating content over time, you have to have, like, let's say, a content calendar or a schedule of when you create content. And it's better to be consistent than try to just overly perfect your content and be sporadic. So again, build up your content over time with a rate that's consistent and something that's sustainable for you. And that will help increase your reach and attract new followers. And also, nowadays, I highly recommend attaching some social media marketing to your strategy, especially for those that are looking at traffic strategies, marketing strategies that are like push strategies where you're just pushing out content and not interacting with people. I highly recommend nowadays to use social media or use a platform that allows you to connect with your audience and have that two-way interaction. And that whole interaction there with your audience, it'll help expand your reach, but also boost your visibility. And as you build your business, you'll grow your following, and of course, you'll increase your sales. And then there comes email marketing. Email marketing, it's something special online because while we have all these various platforms to build your audience, I think it's extremely crucial to build up this asset, your list. And your list, if you're not familiar with what a list is, if you think about traditional marketing, it's very crucial to have your database, your contact list of your customers and prospective customers. And that is a very key asset online. I've run into multiple marketers. They have built up significant businesses without building a list, and then something happens. Like, let's say the program that they were promoting all of a sudden just comes to a halt. Maybe they get in trouble. Maybe they decide not to do any business anymore. And that company has the business that you generated for them. They had that contact list. However, if that business goes away, then it's very tough to connect with those previous customers, the customers that you were able to bring into that business. One of the key strategies to connect with that audience again is to have your own email list. And it's one of the things that you can control. So that's why it's a very significant asset in your business. You could, of course, build up, like, let's say, a Facebook group, a Telegram group, a Discord group. Any of these platforms will allow you to build up your audience. But again, what happens if one of those platforms goes away or decides to terminate your account? That happens quite a bit, especially for people that aren't familiar with ways to safeguard their account. Maybe you didn't read all the legal jargon and the terms of service, and then they terminate your account. So again, while you can have a huge audience on these platforms, like social media platforms and in groups, to create a sustainable business, I highly recommend that you build your own list. And that will, of course, help you nurture your leads, promote offers, and build stronger relationships with your audience. And with that, you get more sales. Community building. I've mentioned these various types of communities, whether they're Facebook groups, Discord, Telegram, even old school forums, they still work today. And for that, to build that, you have to make sure that you are building an audience, a community that interacts with each other. I say that because I have tried to build some communities in the past. I've tried to kind of reignite them, and unfortunately, the engagement has gone down. I could say that one of the big reasons is because of lack of consistency. There are some groups, especially on Facebook, that I grew multiple thousands, and then I decided just to use a different marketing strategy. And then I took a pause for, I'll say, more than a year on those Facebook groups. And then it pretty much killed the engagement, unfortunately. So you learn from your mistakes and you learn how to improve based on your past activity. That was a learning lesson for me, and it's kind of obvious, common sense. So the main thing is you got to be consistent. You got to engage with your audience, and then that will help you establish you as an authority, increase your influence, and of course, you will be able to increase your earnings. So that was a lot, a lot of tips that you could put into action. And if you are trying to find a way to monetize your business, especially if you're trying to make passive income and generate multiple streams of income, and maybe that you haven't found a simple way to do that, I have something for you. If you just check out my first pin content comment, that first pinned comment will include a free video, and that video will provide some details on my strategy to help you build passive income online. Again, um, check out the link. It'll lead you to a page where you could select a video or even text. I know some people want to actually save their bandwidth if you are in that situation. So check out the passive income framework and you'll find out what I've been using. And I want to thank you for watching. Now go out there and build your business and become a micro influencer.